sitting on gold chains. He ain't no broke nigga. He got bricks, selling bricks. Nigga, how the fuck is this possible? And while he's selling bricks, these motherfuckers is transformed.
Yo, Godspeed TV. Shit, boy, Pomo.
And drop tops and shit.
Sniffing at my neck tonight. So,
30 miles away going to George. One shot.
It's one of my songs.
Right past your damn pop.
Playing by the Iron
3 miles and walk to George. And your draw
let that play before we get the show started.
T-shirt. So I know everybody else like, oh, that nigga went crazy. I'm like, no, something happened. What happened? See, this shit, this some real shit.
Wow.
Like that.
Wow.
I knew he went crazy, so I said, what happened to you, niggas? I know you went crazy. You just can't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he jumped out the bridge.
They say, don't say what you want to say, but I say what I want to say anyway, because when I don't say what I want to say, they say you should have said what they seen happen anyway. Pain by the iron law, nigga. Pain by the iron law. So I keep all this shit in my head. Rubik's Cube. Pain by the iron law. Abdominal nation, shiesty Haitians, mental Jews, 9-inch Rubik's Cubes, genetic godly rule. Egyptian scriptures confused. Air Force One Air Force. Pick and choose, behold a pale white horse. Time takes this course. He too hectic, sector nectar, I saw a man. Holy wars, cold swords, Satan's garage. 2 items sold, 1 doubt, 2 pride. 1 man sells 1,000 lies. Holy Quran, low. Self-disarm, I select the salam. Will of Yahweh, so have it your way. 4th stage, engage, strawberry, red, green, heaven. Seas brown and black. China man, kill your head, suppress bullshit. Saw the pyramids, build with the wind. No friends comprehend, muddle thinking dark and endless. Planet equate, vision stargaze. Solomon ways, force the force of heaven, you support your baby. Subliminal factor, sunlight, super learning, suppressed thought, supreme being, Chimmerman class to spill up the masses. Thinking thoughts. Abstract max, true of our Trinity methods. Pain, issue, vitality. I see it in you. Do you feel it in me? It's the beginning of knowledge. Wisdom controls the mind. Rise, shine, picture heaven in dark times. Elevate, create, design. My soul searching wonders of knowledge. As if I was a hungry child surrounded by stingy street scholars. Alcoholics, bees, pants, and ABC order. Looking at God, trying to tempt son's daughter. Yo, we are the order. Pain by the iron law. Mount petroleum, atom, embrace these 60 degrees. Illustrates my face, still outside men. How do I begin? God wanna know who Hardway Mo and Jen. The feather may I go there. Nigga. Pain by the iron law. 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 Pain by iron law. A domino nation, shiesty Haitians, mental Jews, 9-inch Rubik's Cube.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second damn night that asshole's cutting.
Okay. That was from Ice Water, Pain by the Iron Law. Check it out if you have to check it out. It's on Godspeed TV. Tonight, we're going to piggyback off what we was talking about as far as gematria, but this is a little bit different, what I call intergalactical talk. We're going to talk about the yellow, and the yellow is what I've seen in King Von chart, FBG Duck chart, Mo 3 chart, and Little Reese chart. So, what do they mean by yellow? I figure if we got the yellow, the way the aliens or the alien technology control you is through emotional. So when they study, Orion study niggas in the hood, they got a meter and they do this and they say red, do this red. So that's rage. And they keep doing that. But the rage needs the expression. So it go up, the yellow is the expression of that rage. So I figure they talking about the 3rd chakra. And tonight we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to read from the experts of the book of Eli about that. And what I realized is they manipulate the yellow ray energy. And that's when I was talking about the case in gematria, the case. You got the source of the case. So they manipulate that yellow ray energy, which is the case of expression. And let me see. By doing that, if I catch your thought patterns at that level, by the time it circulates to your mind, I'm already done wired it up the way I want it to go. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we're going to talk about the third chakra, the yellow ray energy, and how it's being manipulated to psychologically control and program people, specifically in Chicago with the AI technology. All right, this show tonight is about what the yellow ray energy produce, emotional manipulation. And it says, as chaos generates from the planetary ascension accelerates, many people are being influenced by negative forces that they do not comprehend. Some of these negative forces are sourcing from people on unconscious mind and the negative ego, which has reinforced a lifetime of negative habits and behaviors. When people feel unsafe and insecure in themselves, they will easily resort into controlling and manipulating behaviors. It is helpful to educate oneself about this behavior in order to protect or create necessary healthy boundaries. Okay. Now, right there, a lot of people are insecure. And to a person that's secure, they'll never understand an insecure person's pain. And like I say, they'll resort to, it's kind of like a lower self of a water trait. They'll resort to manipulation tactics or guilt trips or all type of ways to manipulate you. And if you're a good person, this can be like in your chamber, like where they get you at with the guilt, you know what I'm saying? All the time, you know. So what you have to do is put that fire out, have a long talk with God and know, like, I am that I am versus I am that they say I am. You know, in my matrix, they've got to a point where they don't even line the bullshit up no more. The nigga just jump out the bushes like, I'm gonna kill you. And I'd be like, hold on, pause. He like, what? What's the reason? And he like, oh, that's what the fuck they doing to me now. This shit ain't making no sense no more. And I know through all of this, I have to stay cool. Right? I think I'll be smoking and shit. I gotta stay cool. Why we don't, you know? And once the shit keep happening, it become funny and it becomes so obvious. But the way to fight it, negative energy, craft, witchcraft ways, forces that sends at you is the best way is to remain cool. Just remain cool. Because once they get your heart rate pumping, your reptilian mind kick in, your fight, flight, or flee instinct kick in. You're not thinking no more. And that's where they got you at, right there, when you're not thinking. That's the yellow ray energy being captured. All right. Controlling people will always assume that their needs, desire, wants, and purpose are always more important, whether yours may be more important than whatever yours may be. Whatever you may be doing or responsibilities you may have, they assert that you need to focus on them and their issues, regardless of the cost it may occur. Yeah, I know a lot of people have to deal with this. So that's called receiving and taking. Service to self or service to others. So if you got a person, you're a service to others, but you're giving your energy to your service to self person, then that means that energy is not reciprocating and circle back to you. It's going to whoever's on the other side of that receiving. I mean, it is, you got to withdraw yourself from keep giving if the person is not reciprocating the giving back to you. And I ain't talking about handing you some shit. I'm talking about the same energy you putting in. Because what's happening is y'all be both being siphoned. If this person not giving it to you, they're taking your energy and giving it to who forces of darkness, you know, shit, and ain't good shit because forces of goodness, I'm gonna bounce it back to you and we create a cipher, a earth, a cipher, a circle, and nothing can get in. What's happening now is boom, boom, out that way. So it's like a flat tire. Should I say? Okay. And by the way, we talking about the yellow ray energy. Like I said, I seen that in FBDG Duck, King Von, Mo3, and Lil Reese charts under the gematria, yellow. You know, this is how I'm showing you how to read it. You know, everything means something. What it's saying, it's just not gibberish. You just have to figure it out. And it's a rabbit hole. It go deeper, deeper, and deeper. Okay. Even though the more sly controlling people may not say that directly, the use of emotional manipulation will tell you that is exactly what they're trying to accomplish. Through emotional manipulation, the controlling person will prey upon the people's empathy and compassion. This is a type of emotional vampire. Controlling behavior runs the gamut in wounded personalities of people that have low self-esteem, fear-based thoughts. And when these fears are left unchecked, this needs to be controlled. This needs to control others. Okay. This need to control others may progress into narcissist or psychopathic behaviors. One important point to understand about controlling behaviors is that it will always lead to some form of psychological and emotional manipulation, which promotes deception and lying. The need to assert control over others leads to levels of perpetuating forms of manipulation. You know, the rhythm of what they do. The manipulation of others leads to varying degrees of deception and lying. Control plus manipulation equals deception and lying. Okay. Um, so in the lower water trait, they're passive aggressive. Fire trait, they're more aggressive. Earth trait, you know, aggressive. Air trait, passive aggressive, more so to speak. And you got to know your chambers and whatever. When you have anxiety, get upset, you got to know that that's an attack on you to produce the effect that attack is warning. So I like I always say, your doctor said, nigga, you got to stay cool or you gonna catch a heart attack. So in that moment, you think, fuck with another motherfucker. Time I gotta live for myself, but I ain't gonna let nobody upset me. You know what I'm saying? This was just a short when I was doing the intergalactic talk about the yellow ray and emotional manipulation and how it ties into those guys and what they was doing with those guys. Like you say, you'll never know they got low self-esteem. You already know they got something to prove. You already know they messing with that expression right there, and that's what they tapping into. You know, I mean, come on, how you jumping in somebody's car stealing it? You know, how you robbing somebody in Atlanta and you just came out with an album? You know what I'm saying? Like FBT Duck, like, come on. Well, they call him slipping for real, but you looked up, you realized you was in a situation you couldn't even get out of. You know, you in a storm, you know they coming. That's the worstest feeling. You know, like I said, this Po TV, we was talking about more so the yellow ray energy and what it consists of. And before I go, let me see if I can find it. The third chakra, yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna read that, and then we're gonna close them out. I'm gonna read the third chakra. This is what they tamper with. Okay. Also called the solar plexus chakra, it governs our third dimensional identity structure. The 3D identity structure are the three mind matrices of our subconscious, instrumental, and conscious reasoning mind. Three layers of ego. As these three stations of identity merge, the triad bodies combine into a 3D energetic grid level of a body. Together they form and create a horizontal energy bodies. This form horizontal shields and is akin to the energy completion of the 3D experience for the personality and the fourth dimensional identity of the soul matrix, and this frequency starts to pour into the energy body. So that's what I was saying about the light, the case. Satan catch you right there at that yellow ray energy, right before you get to the light, to the expression of the light, which is the case, the yellow. Like I said, it's Po TV, and I'm out.